He didn't answer my text that night. Or the next morning. And for 22 hours, I was absolutely certain I had destroyed the best thing that had ever almost happened to me. I went to work. I stared at my transit proposals. I watched my phone like it had personally wronged me. Jess sent me 17 check-in texts. I answered 3 of them. Lola called and I let it go to voicemail and then immediately felt guilty and called her back and she simply said, "Be patient, Mahal," and hung up, which was either wisdom or maddening, and I could not decide which. 22 hours after I sent that text, my phone rang. Not a text back. A call. I answered it on the first ring, which I will not pretend was dignified. "Hi," David said. "Hi," I said. A pause. Not uncomfortable. The kind of pause that has weight in it. "I needed a day," he said. "I needed to think. Because I told you I wouldn't pressure you and then I needed to make sure that calling you back wasn't pressure. That it was just me. Calling because I wanted to." I sat down on the floor of my office. I have a problem with floors, I'm aware, and I said, "David, I owe you an apology that I would like to give you in person if you'll let me." Another pause. "Are you free tonight?" he said. We met at the rooftop bar where we had first met. I don't know who suggested it. It might have been me, it might have been him. It felt like we both arrived at the idea at the same time. I got there first and I stood at the railing looking out at the city lights, and I heard him behind me before I saw him, and I turned around. He looked the way he always looked. Quiet. Steady. Like someone who had decided something and was at peace with it. I said, "I'm sorry I was awful on the phone." He said, "You weren't awful. You were scared." I was both. The corner of his mouth moved. Fair. I took a breath. The city was loud below us and the string lights were the same as 6 months ago and everything was different and nothing was. "I need to say something to you," I said. "And I need to say it without the arrangement in the room. Without our families or the 30 days or any of it. Just me, saying it to you." He nodded. He didn't say anything. He just gave me the space. "I left that morning because I was scared of how much I already felt," I said. "Not because I didn't want to stay. I have wanted to find you again every single day for 6 months, and when you walked through that door I was so relieved and so terrified that I didn't know what to do with either feeling. And then the arrangement made it feel like it wasn't mine anymore, like even my own feelings were being managed by someone else, and I panicked." I looked at him. "But here is what I know. I know that you went and found that Coltrane album. I know you texted me about transit projects. I know you had an exit and you didn't take it. And I know that the reason I keep ending up on floors when I think about this situation is because it matters to me. You matter to me. Not because my grandmother decided you should. Because you do." David looked at me for a long moment. Then he said, "I've been in love with you since you told me the Coltrane album order at a rooftop bar on a Tuesday night. I just needed you to get there on your own terms." I laughed. It came out shaky and completely real. "That's a lot of patience," I said. "You're worth it," he said. Simply. Like it was obvious. We stayed on that rooftop for 3 hours. We talked about everything: his family, mine, what we actually wanted, what scared us both, what we were willing to try. We talked about the arrangement not as a trap but as a coincidence so improbable it felt like something larger than both of us had a hand in it. At the end of the night, he walked me to my car, and before I got in he said, "Just so we're clear, whatever happens next, I want it to be because you chose it. Not because a calendar ran out." "I know," I said. "That's why I'm choosing it." I kissed him first. I want that on record. We told our families the following Sunday. Not that the arrangement was proceeding, that we had decided, ourselves, to see where this went. Lola looked at us both with the expression of a woman who had known exactly what she was doing from the beginning, which was both infuriating and, honestly, kind of impressive. Richard Chin shook my hand and said, "My son has very good taste, and I decided I liked him." Jess cried. She will deny this forever. She absolutely cried. Here's what I know now, 6 months after that second Sunday dinner. The arrangement didn't give me David. It just put us in the same room and refused to let us pretend we hadn't already found each other. The love was ours. It was always ours. We just had to stop running long enough to claim it. My grandmother was right. She usually is, which is the most annoying thing about her, and also the reason I will be grateful for the rest of my life. Sometimes destiny disguises itself as obligation. Sometimes the door you're afraid to walk through leads exactly where you were always supposed to go. And sometimes the man you left sleeping in a hotel room on a Wednesday morning finds his way back to you through the most ridiculous, infuriating, beautiful series of events imaginable. I chose him. Not because I had to. Because I wanted to. And that made all the difference.